started at such a young age, and
I was just like, he's out of here, Jake. I just let it go because I couldn't believe he did a project with her, with R. Kelly, knowing that he had a girl.
Aaliyah truly hated him more than anyone. Now we know why. At just 12 years old, Aaliyah met R. Kelly, already a grown man and rising music star. What started as a mentor-mentee relationship quickly turned dark and disturbing.
And Aaliyah produced 2 pieces of ID that appeared to show her to be 18. But Aaliyah's publicists continue to insist that she's 15.
From being groomed and controlled to being pulled into an illegal secret marriage, Aaliyah's childhood was stolen before it even began.
Let me just tell you something, I'm a founder, and you can't tell somebody that did all those things to do it different. If I wouldn't have done it the way I did it, there would be no Jay-Z. I'm gonna say this, and you ask Jay-Z anytime, there would be no Jay-Z as a rapper if it wasn't for me.
But her story didn't stop there. Aaliyah also caught the attention of 2 of hip-hop's biggest names, Jay-Z and Dame Dash. What followed was a messy triangle of love, loyalty, and betrayal. And it all leads back to Diddy. Let's find out.
Had it. As soon as she started singing, that verified it. And from there, we became here, and everything is all good.
Aaliyah had a soft voice, a sweet smile, and many people believed she would become one of the biggest stars in the world. But even before she became famous, she had to deal with problems that no child should ever go through. One of the worst questions people asked was whether she had secretly married R. Kelly, who was much older than her. This was not just a rumor, it was something very serious and very sad. R. Kelly met Aaliyah in 1992. At that time, Aaliyah was only 12 years old. She was just a child, still in school and not yet a grown-up. R. Kelly, on the other hand, was already a well-known singer and music producer. He was 27 years old, more than twice her age. Aaliyah had a beautiful singing voice, and people in the music industry believed she had a bright future. So, Kelly started working with her. He helped write her songs, he produced her music, and he helped shape her sound. But what people didn't know was that something very wrong was happening behind the scenes.
I started at such a young age, and
Not long after they began working together, R. Kelly began a relationship with Aaliyah. This was very wrong and illegal because she was still a minor. She wasn't old enough to say yes to such a relationship, and the law in Chicago said a person had to be at least 17 to give consent. In 1994, Aaliyah was only 15 years old when she called R. Kelly and told him she might be pregnant. Instead of doing the right thing, Kelly became scared that he might go to jail. So, he came up with a plan to marry her secretly.
Love man, hip-hop star R. Kelly did indeed marry his protege, the 15-year-old singer Aaliyah Houghton. Kelly stated his...
Kelly did not do this alone. His friend and accountant, Daryl McDavid, helped him with the plan. The idea was that if Aaliyah became his wife, she could not testify against him in court. That way, he would be safe from going to jail. Another person involved was Kelly's road manager, Demetrius Smith. Smith helped get fake papers that said Aaliyah was 18 years old, even though she was really only 15. With these fake documents, they could get married without needing permission from her parents. To make these fake documents, Smith bribed a government worker. He was given $500 in cash by McDavid to pay off the worker. This worker then gave them a fake welfare card and a fake work ID for Aaliyah. These papers said she was 18, which made her old enough to get married. With the fake IDs in hand, R. Kelly and Aaliyah got a marriage license in Cook County, Chicago. Then, on August 31st, 1994, they got married at a hotel near O'Hare Airport. After the wedding, Kelly left to continue his music tour, while Aaliyah went back home to Detroit.
And Aaliyah produced 2 pieces of ID that appeared to show her to be 18. But Aaliyah's publicists continue to insist that she's 15.
When Aaliyah told her parents what had happened, they were shocked and very angry. Her parents wanted to fix everything as fast as possible. Soon, people in the music industry heard about the secret marriage. In December 1994, a magazine called Vibe got a copy of the marriage certificate. The certificate showed R. Kelly's real age, 27, But it said Aaliyah was 18 when she was actually only 15. Vibe published the marriage certificate with a headline that said, "Signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours." The news shocked many people.
The Budweiser company dropped her from its Superfest tour because it felt she was too young to be on the road. And most convincingly, the Detroit High School of the Performing Arts acknowledged that Aaliyah is in fact a 10th grade student there.
Even after this, both Aaliyah and R. Kelly denied the marriage. When reporters asked about it, Aaliyah said, "We're close," and people took it the wrong way. But her family knew the truth and took legal steps. In early 1995, her parents got the marriage annulled. That means the marriage was canceled and treated like it never happened. They also made R. Kelly sign a legal agreement, promising to stay away from Aaliyah forever. He was not allowed to call her, see her, or even work with her again. He also agreed not to speak publicly about what happened between them. In exchange, Aaliyah and her family promised not to sue him for the pain and suffering he caused. R. Kelly paid her $100 as part of this agreement. Though that amount seems small, it was part of a deal to end the situation quietly. Kelly did not admit he did anything wrong. Two people were chosen to make sure both sides followed the rules. One was Kelly's lawyer. The other was Aaliyah's uncle, Barry Hankerson, who was a powerful figure in the music business. Hankerson also told R. Kelly to get professional help because of his behavior with young girls. Besides R. Kelly, many other men in the music world were interested in Aaliyah. Two famous names are Jay-Z and Dame Dash.
Let me just tell you something. I'm a founder, and you can't tell somebody that did all those things to do it different. If I wouldn't have done it the way I did it, there would be no Jay-Z. I'm going to say this, and you ask Jay-Z anytime, there would be no Jay-Z as a rapper if it wasn't for me.
Jay-Z really liked her and tried hard to get her attention. He went out of his way to impress her and wanted to be her boyfriend. But Aaliyah didn't choose Jay-Z. Instead, she chose Dame Dash. She started dating Dame in 2000. They seemed happy together, and their relationship lasted until Aaliyah's tragic death in 2001. Dame Dash said in many interviews that he did not expect to fall in love with Aaliyah. He said it just happened naturally. He said that Aaliyah was different from the image people saw on TV. She was kind, loving, and very smart. He said she made him feel happy and safe, and he really cared about her deeply. But some people believe Aaliyah caused a problem between Jay-Z and Dame Dash. A music producer named Choke No Joke said Jay-Z had been with Aaliyah before Dame Dash started dating her. He claimed that he saw Jay-Z and Aaliyah at parties together, so he believed they were close. He also said Dame Dash knew Jay-Z liked Aaliyah, but still went after her. That may have caused tension between the two men. However, Dame Dash told a different story. He said he didn't know Jay-Z was interested in Aaliyah. He said many men in the music world liked her and tried to get her attention. He didn't think he was doing anything wrong. But still, some people say Dame Dash betrayed Jay-Z by starting a relationship with the girl Jay-Z cared about. Back in those days, people like Jermaine Dupri and Diddy were also interested in working with Aaliyah. They wanted to sign her to their music labels, So Def or Bad Boy, and help her record her second album after she stopped working with R. Kelly. Luckily, that didn't happen. It's probably for the best, considering what we know now. Today, people are talking again about Diddy because he is in serious legal trouble.
We are monitoring testimony in federal court in Sean Diddy Combs' trial.
He has been accused of and other terrible crimes. Since the news broke, old photos of Diddy with Aaliyah have come back online. In some of the pictures, Jay-Z is seen holding Aaliyah's hand. These images shocked many people. One person on X, Twitter, even wrote, "Don't tell me they were trading her off. They say Dame Dash used to hit, and then Jay-Z started hitting. This pic proves they were all messing with her." Another person wrote, "I'm waiting for the trial. I want to see the real facts, but my gut tells me Jay is a scumbag." The truth is, These photos make people uncomfortable. Seeing a young Aaliyah with much older men like Diddy and Jay-Z makes people wonder what was really happening behind the scenes. Some people said it gave them chills to see those pictures. What used to feel like music nostalgia now feels very wrong. Diddy once said he recorded a song with Aaliyah, but he later claimed he lost the recording. That sounds strange to many people. How do you lose a song with someone like Aaliyah? It made people wonder if he was hiding something. Now that Diddy is facing serious court cases, more secrets are coming out. People are starting to think that what happened to Aaliyah might have been part of something bigger. Some wonder if powerful men in the music industry were using young girls and protecting each other. Aaliyah was young and trusting, and people around her had more power, money, and control. She may not have fully known what was happening, and that makes everything even more heartbreaking. Dame Dash, who dated Aaliyah, is also speaking out. He said he never did anything wrong with her. He also asked why Jay-Z has stayed silent about Diddy's legal troubles. Dame said, "As much as he messed with my money and treated me unfairly, I still hope that's the worst thing he's done." He also said, "I would hate to hear that Jay was at one of those freaky parties. That's crazy." Dame said he doesn't understand why Jay-Z hasn't spoken up against Diddy, especially with such serious claims going around. After Aaliyah died in 2001,
the plane crash that killed a rising star in the world of music and film. Reaction today after Aaliyah and 8 others were killed when their plane went down.
things between Jay-Z and Dame Dash got even worse.
Let me just tell you something. I'm a founder, and you can't tell somebody that did all those things to do it different. If I wouldn't have done it the way I did it, there would be no Jay-Z. I'm going to say this, and you ask Jay-Z anytime, there would be no Jay-Z as a rapper if it wasn't for me.
One big problem was Jay-Z's decision to work with R. Kelly. Even after all the rumors about R. Kelly and Aaliyah, Jay-Z still made 2 albums with him, Best of Both Worlds in 2002 and Unfinished Business in 2004. Dame Dash was upset about this. He felt it was disrespectful to Aaliyah's memory. He said he didn't want anything to do with the albums and stayed away from the project.
I was just like, he's out of here, Jake. I just let it go because I couldn't believe he did a project with her, with R. Kelly, knowing that he my girl.
That caused more fights between Jay-Z and Dame Dash. They started having more arguments, and their business relationship started to break apart. Eventually, they went their separate ways. Another rumor made things worse. Choke No Joke said Dame Dash even tried to go after Beyoncé. He said Jay-Z was serious about Beyoncé and wanted to marry her, but Dame Dash also liked her. This made Jay-Z even angrier. He felt like Dame Dash was always trying to take the women he loved.
Who's her uncle, told me to go up to Detroit and hear her sing. Once I got up to Detroit, I didn't have to hear her sing because she was glowing. I knew she had it.
Aaliyah's first album was called Age Ain't Nothing But a Number. This title alone made a lot of people feel uncomfortable. In the title song, she sang about how age should not matter in relationships. But Aaliyah was only a young teenage girl at the time, and the man who produced the album, R. Kelly, was much older than her. Many people thought this was strange and even wrong. When Aaliyah was asked about her real age in interviews, she would just laugh and say it was a secret. She didn't answer directly, which made people more curious. At the same time, Aaliyah's team tried to make her look older and more mysterious. They dressed her in dark sunglasses, big leather jackets, and had her cover one eye with her long hair. This made her look serious and grown up, not like a young teenage girl. Some people even said she looked like an old Hollywood actress named Veronica Lake, who also wore her hair over one eye. This was done on purpose to give Aaliyah a certain image. The people managing her wanted her to look cool and mature, so that people would not focus on her young age. People in the music world accepted this image without asking many questions. They did not stop to think, wait, isn't she just a kid? A popular magazine even called her a teen siren, which means she was seen as very attractive and mature. This is not something people normally say about teenagers, but in Aaliyah's case, they treated her more like a woman than a young girl. This showed how the music industry wanted people to forget her real age and focus only on her image. Music critics started saying that Aaliyah was different from other young singers. They believed she really understood the words she was singing, as if she had lived through adult experiences. That made people think her songs came from the heart of a grown woman. But she was still just a teenager. After she stopped working with R. Kelly, she released her second album called 1 in a Million.
Aaliyah, wake up.
She was a little older by then, but people still saw her the same way, like a mature woman with deep emotions. In one of her music videos, Aaliyah's love interest was another singer named Genuine. He was almost 10 years older than her. This again showed how people treated her like an adult, even though she wasn't. Later, her producer Timbaland admitted something shocking. He said he had been in love with Aaliyah when she was only 16, while he was 23. He said he never acted on it, but the fact that he had those feelings shows how older men in the music industry looked at her. They didn't always see her as a child. Even though she was a teenager, they treated her like a grown woman. That isn't right, but it was accepted by many people back then. Sadly, Aaliyah's life ended in a terrible way. She died in a plane crash when she was only 22 years old. She had just finished filming the music video for her song, Rock the Boat in the Bahamas. On the day of the crash, Aaliyah and her team were in a hurry to leave the island. They wanted to fly back to the United States quickly. The plane they used was small, and it had too much weight on it. When it tried to take off, it could not get up into the air properly. Witnesses said the plane lifted just a little, then leaned to one side, and then crashed to the ground at high speed. The crash was strong and violent. The wings broke and the engine was ripped off. It was a very serious accident.
Investigators now saying one of the engines apparently failed. Along with 8 passengers, Aaliyah.
5 people died right away, including Aaliyah. The others on the plane died shortly after because their injuries were too bad. It was a terrible day, and many people were heartbroken. Fans cried, her family was crushed, and the whole music world felt the loss. After the crash, experts investigated what went wrong. They found out that the plane was 700 pounds too heavy. That's a lot of extra weight for a small plane. Also, the weight was not spread out evenly, which made the plane unstable. On top of that, the pilot was not properly trained and had drugs in his system. All of these things together caused the crash. If things had been done correctly, Aaliyah might still be alive today. After the crash, people started to wonder if it was just an accident or if something more happened. Some people began to believe that Aaliyah's death was not just bad luck. Many people think this is just a coincidence, but others believe something more happened. Some even say that Beyoncé became so famous because Aaliyah was no longer around to compete with her. There are also videos of famous people showing strong love for Beyoncé in ways that seem strange. For example, at the 2009 MTV Awards, Kanye West jumped on stage and interrupted Taylor Swift just to say that Beyoncé had the best video. In another moment, Adele broke her Grammy trophy in half in 2017 and said she wanted to share it with Beyoncé. These things have made some people think there is a secret group that supports Beyoncé no matter what. Some people believe that Beyoncé and Jay-Z are part of a secret group called the Illuminati. This group is said to control things in the world from behind the scenes. Jay-Z often uses a hand sign that looks like a triangle. He says it stands for a diamond, but some people believe it is the symbol of the Illuminati. Beyoncé has used the same hand sign too. That has made more people believe the rumors. Some even say that Aaliyah was asked to join this secret group but said no. They believe that because she refused, she was removed to make space for someone else, like Beyoncé. Adding to the mystery, Aaliyah once spoke about a strange dream she had. In a French interview, she said, "It's dark in my favorite dream. Someone is after me. I don't know why. I feel fear. Then suddenly, I lift off. I fly away. Far away." Some people think this dream was a warning. They say Aaliyah felt that someone in the industry was out to get her. The part about lifting off makes people think she somehow knew she would die in a plane crash. It's a sad and haunting thought. Aaliyah had big dreams for her future. She wanted to become a great actress too.
Let me tell you something, okay? Whatever my father and Mac are into has nothing to do with me.
She once said she wanted to play Cleopatra in a movie. She loved Egyptian history and hoped to visit Egypt someday. Years later, Beyoncé dressed as Cleopatra in a stage performance. This made some fans feel uncomfortable. They believed Beyoncé was taking over Aaliyah's dreams, not just her music career. Some even said Beyoncé was living the life Aaliyah was meant to have. New details about the plane crash have also come out. Some reports say that Aaliyah did not want to get on the plane that day. Witnesses say she was tired and wanted to stay longer, but she was given a sleeping pill and taken to the plane anyway. The plane was too full and too heavy, which is why it crashed. These details have made people believe there might have been foul play. Still, there is no real proof. It's important to be careful with these stories and not believe everything right away.